And now for the final SCORE award of the evening, please give a warm welcome to someone I had a pleasure of sitting next to at dinner tonight, Lou Campanelli.
Hi, thank you everybody. It's my honor to present our final award of the evening, the Lou Campanelli Award, which recognizes outstanding volunteerism on behalf of both SCORE and the small business community in the same spirit demonstrated by its namesake, my father, Lou Campanelli. My father would have loved to be here this evening to share in the celebration, but he simply wasn't able to make it. Rest assured, he's with us in spirit. I'm so proud of all my father has accomplished. He's a living inspiration to small business owners and new entrepreneurs across the country, encouraging them to stay focused, work hard, and dream big. I'd first like to take a moment to acknowledge a previous Lou Campanelli Award winner who's with us this evening. It's Gail Goodman, the recipient of the 2011 Lou Campanelli Award. So Gail, are you out there? I know you were backstage, but anyway. Another surprise, this year we're privileged to have two Lou Campanelli Award winners. So I'm going to talk about our first winner. Our first Lou Campanelli honoree is Brian Moran. Brian has played a pivotal role in helping to keep America's small businesses growing strong and prosperous. Throughout his career, Brian has used publications and the media as a vehicle for bringing education to small business owners. He recently took the plunge into entrepreneurism himself, and now, as the founder and CEO of Brian Moran and Associates, he's dedicated to helping entrepreneurs achieve their objectives and run better businesses. Brian's passion for small business is next to none, and we're pleased to honor him tonight. Please see this video.
Brian Moran has played a pivotal role in helping to keep America's small businesses growing strong and prosperous. Through his work as Executive Director of Sales Development at the Wall Street Journal and President of Verical Media and Moran Media Group, he has helped to provide relevant and practical information to business owners, which provided the educational tools needed to start, manage, and grow their companies. Brian's work with publications like Inc. magazine, Entrepreneur Media, and the Wall Street Journal, and his numerous speaking engagements have afforded him the opportunity to serve as a true advocate for small business growth in the U.S. He recently took the plunge into entrepreneurship himself, and now, as the founder and CEO of Brian Moran and Associates, he is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs achieve their objectives and run better businesses. This new company is leveraging his 20-plus years of experience for business owners to assist entrepreneurs with everything from social media to expanding into the global marketplace. He also serves on the board of several entrepreneurial organizations, including the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Council, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Small Business Council, and the Rothman Institute of Entrepreneurship. Brian has been an advocate of America's small business community and therefore of SCORE. SCORE CEO Ken Yancey praises Brian's work, stating, "As a publisher for numerous entrepreneurial and business publications, Brian has been a voice of information, advice, and support for small business owners striving to realize their goals. Dedication for education and supporting small business growth in America is the portrait of Brian Moran, 2012 Lou Campanelli Award winner, and SCORE is honored to give him this recognition."
For his dedication to education and support of small business growth in America, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to present the 2012 Lou Campanelli Award to Brian Moran.
All right, I don't recognize that song, and I'm jealous of some of the previous award winners who got some better music. Well, I'm sure somebody recognizes that. As I was sitting in my seat tonight, I thought, what song would they play when I come up? And they didn't ask me for any recommendations, but if they did, I thought maybe Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. Or if my family had something to say in it, it might be Highway to Hell. It is extremely humbling to be here tonight, to be accepting the Lou Campanelli Award. I've known Melissa for a long time, and I've known my co-recipient, Reva, for almost 20 years, and to be following somebody like Gail Goodman is, it's an honor and a privilege. Ken called me back a couple of months ago to say that I had been nominated and they would like me to receive the Lou Campanelli Award, and he said, there's a little bit of a twist this year. We have 2 recipients. I said, well, who's the other one? And he said, it's Reva. I can't think of anybody else that I could share this award with than Reva. I've known her, like I said, for about 20 years, and she's one of my best friends in the business. So I'm thrilled about that. And I also want to thank Ken, Mark, and the entire SCORE team. As you see, I've worked for a number of publications. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of different SCORE chapters around the country over the last 23 years. And I tip my hat to all of you for all of the great work that you do every single day. You know, people said I was crazy to be leaving a job at the Wall Street Journal to go out and start my own company. And what you just realize is that there is a passion and a desire to chase that American dream. And I know you get it, and you see it every day. And if you don't get it, no one can explain it to you. But if you get it, it's the stuff that feeds your fire every single day. There are a lot of other people in the small business community that I can thank, too many to mention, but I certainly, any of the success that I've had is attributed mostly to them. There are 4 more people. I do want to thank my brother Greg and my sister-in-law Christine for coming tonight. I appreciate their support very much, as well as my brother Mark, my brother-in-law Paul, who were instrumental when I had my first company, helping me through some of the rockier times. I couldn't have done it without them. But I have 4 people that I want to thank quickly who are my mentors. The first 2 are my mother and father, and I will thank them individually. My father, who passed away last July, my parents have 7 children, 6 boys and a girl. And as you can imagine what kind of household that is growing up, it's pretty interesting. But they inspired us. They are 2 of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. And what they got, and they were both entrepreneurs, and what they got out of it were 7 entrepreneurs. So they must have done something right in leading their lives. But I'm a big fan of motivation and inspiration. So my father had some great quotes. He led his life by example. And he was a man of few words, if you knew him. My father's best quote to me was, "Don't complain, don't explain." That was it. Don't complain, don't explain. I said, well, what about what? And he was already off onto the next subject. He would let me think about that. My mother, when I started my own business, I had 3 young kids, and my mother said, I told her I was worried about this, security and all that, and she said, you know what, Brian, the only security you ever need in life is between your ears. And I said, okay, well, explain that. And then she was off to something else as well. And I've been thinking about this for years. I went to a bank, and they said, well, we need security. I said, hold on one second. The third person in my cabinet is my mother-in-law, Vera Cummings, who passed away in 2004. And she was an incredibly inspiring woman in her own little way. She was born in Nicaragua, overcome so many things in her life to lead really quite an exemplary life. I have a quote from her that I'd like to finish with to give you an example of the kind of person she was. The fourth person is obviously my wife, my beautiful wife, Kathleen, who next week we will be celebrating our 21st anniversary. Thank you. She has given me 21 years of unconditional support and love and 4 beautiful teenage children, and I've given her a roller coaster life of being married to a dreamer. I would say I get the better end of that deal, but she is my rock. And with that, I want to end on this note, and it was something when I started my company, again, not the easiest thing to do, to leave the cushion of corporate America. And my mother-in-law, in her own quiet way, slipped a card into my reading material. And it was a poem. And I'd like to read it. It said, "Whatever you're faced with, you can handle. Whatever you're feeling, you can cope. Whatever you fear, you can conquer, as long as you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you." Thank you very much.